video you are about to see shows you how E-tran works and how we started out with models and go-karts and then converted a full-size vehicle. The E-tran electric bus is just down the road.
Get ready for the future. You are about to be launched on E-tran, the personal electric vehicle and roadway system. This small E-tran prototype vehicle has already captured the imaginations of those who've seen it. Some of them are saying big things about E-tran's impact on the future of transportation.
Yes, we should test it, and we should commit public dollars to it, absolutely. I mean, we're very much concerned about the environmental consequences of burning fossil fuels. It has all the advantages of light rail without the costs and the confinement.
I think it's a sort of high-tech arrangement that deserves some more push. It deserves somebody to fund a prototype.
The interest should be stimulated in these different ideas that may be a whole lot better than what those Iacocas are doing.
Imagine a car that's almost pollution-free, a car that doesn't need gas and would run for 1,000,000 miles. The man who lives in this house in St. Paul has come up with an idea that might just do all of that.
Energy efficient, easy to use, and environmentally clean, E-tran costs less and delivers more than any other transportation alternative. It's safe, reliable, and rugged. So what is E-tran? E-tran is an electrified roadway and vehicle system that works like an endless extension cord. 2 electrical contacts, one at the front and one at the rear of the vehicle, receive power from a metal strip embedded in the roadway. The wide floating contacts also allow the E-tran vehicle the same maneuverability as gas-powered vehicles. As the vehicle moves, power moves with it. The signal-controlled power strips supply energy only when the E-tran vehicle is present. These strips, about 2 to 3 inches wide and half an inch deep, are connected to buried power lines by solid-state controllers. They switch on only when the vehicle tells them to, a real safety advantage for pedestrians. So what are the advantages of E-tran over more conventional forms of transportation, such as gas-powered cars and buses? E-tran is 5 times more efficient than gas-powered vehicles or vehicles which rely entirely on batteries. Because it's an electric-powered vehicle, E-tran doesn't produce the emissions of a gas-powered vehicle. Unlike their battery-powered electric predecessors, E-tran vehicles have all the power needed regardless of extremes of weather. They can easily cruise at 65 miles per hour for an unlimited range, pass other vehicles, run air conditioners and heaters, pull virtually any weight, and achieve race speeds of more than 200 miles per hour. Battery-powered vehicles, by comparison, are much heavier than E-tran vehicles. They lose energy easily, perform poorly in extreme weather, and create massive toxic waste disposal problems. Another advantage of the E-tran system is that it can be installed quite easily and relatively cheaply on existing roadways, and E-tran and other traffic can mix on the same lanes. As with your personal automobile, E-tran has destination-to-destination flexibility. You can go directly from your home to the office in the same vehicle. A small battery powers the vehicle from your garage or driveway to the strip. E-tran's unique patented propulsion system can also power light rail vehicles, eliminating the need for unsightly overhead wires. And it has robotic applications as well. E-tran is ready to be launched, and the world is coming to E-tran. This miniature Jeep is the second prototype vehicle being demonstrated around the United States.
These things are great. It's been a few years since I had a chance to play with an electric car set. As you can see, they work because the contacts beneath the car pick up electricity from the metal strips in the roadway. In fact, one inventor thinks this is a practical way to power full-size electric cars. Piggy Knapp hit the road to give his idea a spin.
A mini car, electric style, comes closer to reality as Detroit continues to work on prototypes like this one.
Electric cars, electric cars. They've been talking about electric cars since at least the time of this news release in 1967. After all these years of hearing about electric cars, when are we actually going to see one? Maybe we just did. Minnesota inventor Nick Musachio has been working on electric vehicles for years. Now he has a patented prototype to show for it.
Nick, hi.
Hello, Peg.
This is great. What is this?
Well, this is a road-powered electric vehicle.
Road power. Now, what does that mean?
That means this is an electric vehicle that has absolutely no batteries at all in it. And it gets all of its power from the road.
From this one strip?
That's right.
Could I try it?
Hop in.
Great. Slide over. In behind the wheel and a punch of the pedal, and we were on our way. But this isn't a car. This is a go-kart. Now, Nick, this is a very cute vehicle, but for a family of 4 with groceries in the back and a dog, I mean, it's not very practical. Can you put this technology in a bigger car?
Absolutely. You can make any size car, including trucks and buses, with E-tran.
This is paradise!
Support for E-tran is growing. Research and development funds are being committed. Legislative initiatives have been put forward. But venture capital funds are needed if E-tran is to achieve its promise. E-tran offers you the opportunity to invest in tomorrow's transportation today. E-tran is tomorrow's transportation.
Tom Stewart introduces us now to a Minnesota inventor who thinks he's found a way to jumpstart the electric car industry.
Cars drive our economy, as well as our lives. Yet the more miles we put on, the more problems that add up on the odometer. Not just inconveniences like congestion, a dangerous dependence on foreign oil, spills costing billions to clean up, dwindling supplies of a non-renewable resource, and emissions that represent the biggest threat to the ozone layer. All of which propels those interested in replacing the conventional fossil fuel burning vehicle.
But is owning and operating an electric car a dream of the future?
Not at all. This company already makes and sells battery-operated electric cars.
Electric cars make excellent commute vehicles, where travel is at low to medium speeds and trips are short.
As usual, California leads the way. By 1998, 2% of all cars sold there must be so-called zero-emission vehicles like this, and that figure will reach 10% in 2003.
It costs about $1.50 to fill up or charge an electric car.
This is the patent on the system.
But a Twin Cities inventor dreams of getting an even more futuristic electric car in gear.
This was a big step. Patent gives a project a certain amount of credibility.
Nick Musachio started toying around with alternatives to gas-powered autos in college. Now, he considers the model electric car he built to be much more than a hobby.
A vehicle like this will be equivalent or cheaper in cost. It will be much more reliable.
Most electric cars under development run on batteries, but this 35-year-old ex-science teacher's version goes on power received directly from the road.
Basically, the system would use power strips embedded in the road.
The cable could be laid on existing highways.
And this is about the size of a system that would be large enough to power an automobile or truck.
And metal contacts like this would allow the vehicle to plug into the power.
These are the contacts, and they would normally be underneath the vehicle. I have them outside the vehicle for illustration. The car signals a road to turn on. When there's not a moving vehicle above a particular portion of the road, the road isn't powered.
Sound far-fetched? Not to this Tennessee test track, which experiments on electric cars for the big 3 automakers. Now, the track wants to get federal funding to try out Musachio's Minnesota system.
I think it's a sort of high-tech arrangement that deserves some more push.